Severe crosswinds and heavy snowfall buffeted Toronto Pearson days before the Delta crash, impacting flight operations and causing significant delays. Visibility was drastically reduced. Freezing rain coated runways at Toronto Pearson in the days leading up to the Delta accident, creating treacherous conditions for landing aircraft. De-icing efforts were hampered. Unprecedented blizzard conditions enveloped Toronto Pearson Airport for several days prior to the Delta flight's fatal crash. Runways were frequently closed. The Delta crash followed days of intense fog at Toronto Pearson, severely limiting visibility and causing numerous flight cancellations and diversions. Strong gusts and near-zero visibility plagued Toronto Pearson Airport in the days preceding the tragic Delta plane accident, creating extremely hazardous conditions. A prolonged period of icy conditions on the runways of Toronto Pearson preceded the Delta crash, resulting in numerous flight delays and cancellations. The Delta flight crashed after a period of extreme cold and significant snowfall at Toronto Pearson Airport, causing substantial disruptions to air travel. Toronto Pearson experienced a series of severe weather events in the days before the Delta accident, including snow, ice, and strong winds. High winds and heavy snowfall made landing extremely difficult at Toronto Pearson in the lead-up to the Delta plane crash. Safety protocols were tested. Days of intense winter storms preceded the Delta crash at Toronto Pearson, resulting in extremely challenging conditions for pilots and ground crews. The Delta aircraft crashed following several days of sub-zero temperatures and heavy snowfall at Toronto Pearson, severely impacting airport operations. Reduced visibility due to dense fog and heavy snowfall contributed to challenging conditions at Toronto Pearson before the Delta accident. A succession of powerful winter storms hit Toronto Pearson Airport prior to the Delta crash, significantly impacting flight operations and safety. Extreme weather conditions at Toronto Pearson, including blizzards and freezing rain, hampered airport operations before the Delta tragedy. The days leading up to the Delta crash were marked by dangerous weather at Toronto Pearson, including heavy snow and strong, unpredictable winds. Toronto Pearson saw a series of powerful winter storms in the days before the Delta accident, making the airport a very dangerous place. Icy runways and poor visibility due to snow severely impacted Toronto Pearson in the days leading up to the Delta plane crash. The Delta crash followed a period of unusually severe winter weather at Toronto Pearson, including heavy snow and dangerously low temperatures. A combination of factors, including heavy snow and strong winds, created extremely difficult conditions at Toronto Pearson before the crash. Prior to the Delta accident, Toronto Pearson experienced several days of extremely hazardous conditions due to heavy snow and ice. Severe weather impacted Toronto Pearson for days before the Delta crash, creating challenges for pilots and ground crews alike. The days leading up to the Delta crash saw a series of weather events, including snow, ice, and high winds, at Toronto Pearson. A major snowstorm and freezing rain hit Toronto Pearson Airport just days before the Delta accident, creating dangerous flying conditions. Unusually harsh winter conditions at Toronto Pearson Airport, including prolonged periods of snow and ice, preceded the Delta crash.